yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
This is how we do it, baby. Y'all heard that theme music, man. You see these beautiful faces. You know what time it is. It's the Let's Get Canceled podcast. I'm your boy, Big Tech Dog, your favorite friendly, lovable loudmouth.
And I'm your boy Tommy with an H on the voice of the people. I speak for y'all. Hey, yo, cousin.
What up, cousin?
You ready?
You're damn right I'm ready, boy. Let's
get canceled.
Hey, listen, man. Tonight, we are live and direct right here. Y'all with us. If you're watching right now, you're watching us live, right? So check it out, man. Let me ask you a question. I'm sure that y'all have seen all the things that have gone on this week. So we decided we were going to go live and we're going to talk about all the stuff that goes on this week. First and foremost, we got a couple of topics, man. We got the Cowboys and Deion Sanders. We got Drake has actually filed his lawsuit. TikTok went away, kind of. We celebrated Dr. Martin Luther King Day. Trump won. and a whole bunch of other stuff that we were surprised after that win by Donald Trump. So we just gonna dive right into it. First things first, man. Deion Sanders is considering, not just considering, I think he's hoping for the position as head coach of America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. What's your, I'm gonna give my take because I think I know what your take is first.
Okay.
I'm gonna give my take first so you can catch all the hate. I think that Deion Sanders has more than proven himself to be worth a shot, if for no other reason but marketing. All right. The man has gone through the ranks. He's coached everything from little league to college, top college teams. Well, at least more recognizable college teams. And
he got to the highest level.
He got to the highest level. Okay. And now he has the opportunity possibly to coach America's team, his old team, the Dallas Cowboys. I think that he deserves it. He deserves a shot. And I don't know if this is me hoping the best for Deion Sanders or viscerally hating the Cowboys that I want this to happen.
It seems like you just want him to fall on his face because that's what coaching the Cowboys, I think that would be a bad move. Now,
wait, a bad move for who?
It would be a bad move for Coach Prime. It would be a terrible move for Coach Prime, in my opinion. But I'm going to start with the fact that Coach Prime has come out for the last 5 years or so saying, I can't coach in the NFL. I can't stand coaching guys who aren't going to put their all into it, and I'll cut half the team at halftime because I see the guys who aren't playing and who don't want to play. And now all of a sudden, you've got this itch to want to go and coach in the NFL. Also, you have the same Coach Prime who made the comment of, I don't follow my kids, I lead. And now it's, my kids are leaving me. I want to go coach my kids at the next level. Like, Coach Prime, you got a lot of backlash by leaving the HBCU and saying that God brought you there and then he told you to go here. And now all of a sudden, the same things that you were saying before have turned back into just another Prime promotion. Like, that's where I go with that part. Also, as far as it being a bad move for Coach Prime, in all essence that we have seen him has been the alpha.
Right.
He has not had an owner. He's had an athletic director. He hasn't had an owner. Jerry Jones is the alpha. I own this team. This is mine. You say one thing out of line, you're gone. And they will bump heads. As much respect as they have for one another, there is still this thing of, this is my team. And Coach Prime's going to want to make it his own. And that, I do not believe, will be a good recipe of mixing Coach Prime and Jerry Jones together, because both of them have such big personalities. Jerry's going to say something out of line. Prime's going to definitely say something out of line, and it's going to be in the media space, and that's just going to be a big battle. It's going to be great for television. It's going to be great for the podcast community. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible for the Cowboys, and yeah, it's just not something that I can see working out ever.
So let me explain something to you, sir. I agree with 90% of the stuff you just said. Except for the fact that it would be bad for Prime. I'm going to tell you why. There is no expectation with the Cowboys.
Yes, there is.
There hasn't been an expectation for the Cowboys.
Every year there's an expectation for the Cowboys.
Not from anybody besides Cowboy fans. Nobody expects the Cowboys to do jack. So what's going to happen is, I believe that I'm going to get to the other part because I know where your head's at, and I agree with you on that. But I'll get over there in a second. I believe that he will do the same thing in Dallas that he did in Colorado the first season. Because if he can win 2 games more than what they won this season or last season or the season before that, or you get the drift. If he can win 2 more games, he's a success. That means that at that moment, Deion Sanders can say, I've gone and been a winner at every level. I've been a winner at the Little League. I've been a winner at HBCU. I've been a winner at PWI. I've been a winner in the NFL. There isn't anything else. He's been a winner as a player. He's been a winner as a player in 2 sports. So he can do no wrong. Like, he can't lose unless he goes in and goes 0-16. You know what I'm saying?
Where does the benefit for Prime come for coaching the Cowboys? Where does the benefit for Prime, other than financially, where does the benefit come? Because when they lose, then you have to go back to college and try to rebuild something. And why not just crash the narrative that you can't win without your kids? Why not just go and win? Why would you go into the cap? Because if you don't win as much as you did, as much as they did the previous year, the Cowboys, again, you say they don't have the expectations other than their fan base, but as you call them, America's team, their fan base is huge. And there is an expectation, even from the outsiders. We look and we laugh, but we always know that there is a chance that the Cowboys will break through. And that's why we watch them and criticize them as we do, because there is an expectation of them being better. And then when they're not, we're like, there you go again. You did it again. You pulled the Cowboy again.
This is one of the very rare situations where failure is an option. Because if he fails generally in the same realm as what they've been doing recently, there's no, even if he comes in and he's a game behind or tied with what they're doing right now, it's not that big of a deal. The upside for him is much greater than the upside for the Cowboys, to be honest, because I don't see it's a win-win for everybody involved. Because bringing him in and still sucking means that you suck this season and you suck the next season.
There's nothing for him to lose. There's nothing for him to lose there.
Right. There's nothing for him. And it's nothing for the Cowboys to lose because they're going to make much more money just simply because he's there.
It's definitely going to be a money grab, but I would much rather see Coach Prime finish the job in Colorado. When he went to Jackson, that first season in Jackson during the COVID year, he was 4-2 or 2-4, something on that level. It wasn't a good year. The next 2 seasons, he made it to the championship game. Did not win it, but at least made it to the championship game. These first 2 years in Colorado, the first year in Colorado, you win 4 games. Okay, you came from 1 year to 1 win to 4 wins. Okay, then you go up and you do what you did this year. I want to see him at least make that playoff push, get into that 12-team playoff, and then make the jump. But bringing Colorado what they did, I still don't think the job is done. I think he had completed his job at Jackson. He gave a blueprint for HBCUs on what you need to do to increase your revenue, to bring the media rights and that sort of thing. So I think he did his job for the HBCUs, giving them a blueprint on how to better themselves and how to get more money and put yourself in a better financial footing. At Colorado, he's proven that building a coaching staff and being able to elevate You've done that part, but now I think it's more. You need to win more. You need to go out there and be the top 25 team. Go and make the playoff. Go out there and put your stamp on college football, and then make the jump. Because right now, just making the jump, it's all a money grab. It's all a money grab right now.
You got to remember though, dude. Like you got a guy with an ego the size of the stadium he's playing in. Now, I believe he really believes in the kids. Don't get me wrong. I think he genuinely believes in his kids and really wants the best for those kids. And by his kids, I mean his players.
Players, right? Gotcha.
So that being said, though, what better ego stroke, because he doesn't lose anything by leaving Colorado. Yeah, it would be nice for him to go ahead and take that next leap with Colorado. But if he left today, everybody would be arguing. There'd be detractors going, well, he never really proved anything. What he did prove was that he could win with a subpar team and then build a team around that and bring it up. So he doesn't lose. There'll be an argument on whether, like, on one side, what I'm saying, which is just you ain't got nothing else to prove. And on your side was saying you had so much more potential, so much more you could have achieved. But if he goes to Dallas and he just wins 2 more games than they won this season, if he does that, he becomes an icon. If he doesn't do that, he's still an icon, just on the same thing. The only thing he could do that would be better would be to come back and somehow win a championship with Colorado. And we know that's not happening.
But being being the man of your word and the man of my babies, and these are my babies, and I'm here for my babies. I'm trying to build better men. I understand you can do that at the professional level, but doing so at the college level when there's so much more apt for molding and being there and bringing these young men in and saying the things that he has said and being that mentor in their lives at the young age. In my honest opinion, I think he should stay there and make it work. Go win something. Well, go win something.
This is what Dennis has to say. He says setting Deion up for failure. However, people will play for prime. Here's my problem. I don't believe that.
I don't either.
I don't believe these grown men are going to play for prime.
They play for checks.
Yes.
And that's going to be the other problem, because he's already experienced it at Colorado. You had Cormani McClain came in there, did not like the shit show that was going on. That was Colorado. Did not like all of the clickbaiting and all of the accessories that went along with just playing football. Just imagine having a locker room of players who make more money than you do, and you're trying to tell them to do something. They're like, not going to happen. You're not going to have those kids that want to come and play for you. These guys got drafted to you. These guys are not kids that you were able to go out and talk to and convince to come to you. These are kids that are already there, and now you have to go in there and sell them on something. And again, a lot of the NFL guys, and you'll hear the NFL guys say it, they're just there for a check. And that's the thing that I think is going to end up ruining Prime, because he's going to go off on someone for not putting in the effort that he expects. And on the college level, I can get rid of you. On the pro level, there's too much money invested in you for me to get rid of you. It's going to be a problem, man.
What you just did was further bolster what my belief that he needs to go to Dallas, because he's going to sound like what we sound like when we're talking about football, but he's going to do it with a microphone in his face at a press conference. Because when they say they're whining, they're just there for the check, blah, 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 blah. He's going to be the first out the gate to say that. And when he's the first out the gate to say that, his players are going to sit on him. Once they sit on him, it's going to look like, and those same players that sit on him, all over the news media and everything is going to be like, wow, somebody finally stepped up and told the truth. And these players are acting like whiny little girls, and they won't do what they're supposed to do.
So he's going to change the league. He's going to change the league. That's
no. I don't think anything changes. I'm saying,
but at least our voices will be heard.
Our voice will be heard, and he's going to look like a star. He's going to look, because he's going to say it first. He's got the biggest microphone.
Is he going to look like a star? Is he going to look like a coach that can't control his team?
To real football heads, he's going to look like a coach that can't control his team. To Cowboys fans, they're going to turn on every player on that team that goes against
because it's Prime. Because it's Prime.
And that's what I'm saying. When I say from the beginning, when he left Jackson State, I looked at it as a move to better his career and a best move for him. And as a secondary point, I looked at it as a chance for him to prove to everybody that we're not just good because at an HBCU level, we're good at every level.
Right.
And he did that. Now that he's done that, I think that it's time for that next level of self-promotion. And if there's anybody who's better at self-promotion than Deion Sanders, please point him out to me.
Please point him out. Other than probably LeVar Ball, he might have him neck and neck with LeVar Ball. But this is my last point on this, and this is my question.
Oh, wait! Before you get to your last point, this person has a good point. If he doesn't do well, he'll have a hard time getting another pro coaching job. I don't think pro coaching jobs is the thing for Deion where he's worried about. But the second thing you had to say, this is the coach is never going to speak for the Cowboys, only Jerry Jones.
That's what I was about to ask you about. That was exactly where I was coming to you. When there is a conflict, and it is Deion Sanders versus Jerry Jones, who wins that battle? Because you had a Super Bowl winning coach that couldn't get along with Jerry Jones.
And he didn't care. And what's amazing to me about the Cowboys as an organization, any other organization in the world, if the owner is being a dick, they will riot again and they will talk smack about them. Not Dallas.
I don't know. I think Cowboy fans are a little fed up with Jerry right about now. They may be a little fed up with Jerry right now.
But they know what you know. They know what you know. Jerry is judge, jury, and executioner on that team. Yeah. It don't matter how bad you feel about me. Guess what? I'm the man with the checkbook, and if you don't like it, you can leave. I'll find somebody else to get his money to. And he does it, and he'll stand on it.
On 10 toes down. I'm the owner. I'm picking the players. I'm picking the offense. Whatever you bring in here, I brought you in here to do what I wanted you to do, and I don't think Prime is prepared to take orders. And that's the thing right there. You've got two colonels, and somebody's got to take a back seat.
Two guys. Side by side, possibly.
Somebody's got.
But I don't know, bro. Like I don't know. I want to be clear. I am not saying this will work.
Okay.
I'm not saying it will work out for the Cowboys as far as wins. I'm not insinuating that Prime is going to come in and somehow be able to control a bunch of grown men who have their own egos who are trying to get to his level, but they're cut from a different cloth. They're not cut the same to be able to be respectful and glean from him. I don't believe that. What I am saying is that in the overall grand scheme of things, if Prime moves to the NFL level, especially with the Cowboys, his pro alma mater, you know what I'm saying? That would complete the cycle. And I think it turns out well for him.
I think you just want to see the Cowboys fall on their faces again and again and again. And you don't care if Coach Prime does it. You don't care if he's the one. You don't retire from ownership. That man's gonna do this until he dies. He will be picking players from his deathbed. That man ain't going nowhere, bro.
Get rid of Jerry Jones. Only thing he get rid of Jerry Jones, he has to pull a Donald Sterling.
Jesus is the only thing to get rid of.
I'm not positive that the Donald Sterling thing could get rid of Jerry Jones.
Nah, man.
Not in Texas.
Let Jerry Jones. Let them try to take Jerry Jones's money away from him, bro. That is
Jerry Jones will tell that never mind. Hey, we're gonna move on, man.
We're gonna take the step.
So listen, man. We got so much stuff.
It's a lot going on today. I'm glad I got myself prepared for action.
You got some good stuff over there. But look at this, man.
Finally, we got what we were asking for. He finally did it. He finally filed the lawsuit.
Yes. Sir.
Now, before he was just asking for information, and it was one thing, but now we finally have the lawsuit.
Hey, time out before we go any further. What's that there in your hand, there, big fella?
It's just a little merch. I told you guys a couple episodes back, hey, if you make it to the end, just send us a DM. We got our DMs. We have sent out our orders. So shout out to everyone who's going to be having there's a cuz I got something for you too, so you don't have to worry.
Sir.
You don't have to worry. I got something for you too. So
well, I still got my.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So
well, listen, man, we got as you can see, we got flasks, we got shot glasses. I don't know how this man got me involved in so much imbibing, but it is what it is.
I had to prepare you for this 2025, man. I had to prepare you for what 2025 was going to bring. I knew the Orange Man was coming back, so I had to get you prepared.
I do want to say that you did call that, but we'll get to that later on. But you did call it. You called it early.
But Drake has finally decided to sue UMG, and his reasoning for it is that they promoted Not Like Us to defame him. Now, cousin.
Yes, sir.
You said in a previous episode when he initially started sending records requests out that he's not like us.
And then he proved it with actually filing.
And he has actually gone through with the filing. So now my question is, do you think he has a leg to stand on in court?
Yeah. Not that I want to be clear on what you asked me. I said, yeah, real fast. Let me be clear.
You did.
Let me be clear on what you asked me. So I'm going to repeat back what I heard. I heard you ask me that in a court of law, does he have a legal leg to stand on?
Yes,
is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
All right, so I stand on my original answer. Yes, I'll tell you why.
Please do.
The foundation of his argument is that an entity that was supposed to have a fiduciary responsibility to him aided in acting against his best interests. I'll explain. When you have a company, a management company that you put your faith and trust in and sign contracts with, or a distribution company or whatever, they have a fiduciary responsibility. That means that they have to hold whatever is best for you in the highest esteem. Now, it doesn't normally come into conflict in other genres of music, because very rarely do you have a country artist cutting a diss track against another country artist. However,
I can't wait to hear it.
But in hip hop, that's different because it's foundational to the genre. So when you've got the same company that is promoting two opposing individuals, well, now if you promote one, you by proxy are not fulfilling your fiduciary responsibility. So if you promote his song that is detrimental to me, legally, you didn't act in my best interest. Now, granted, it's part of their job to promote the other artists, but guess what? Doesn't matter. If you promoted something that was harmful to me, doesn't matter what your contract says with somebody else. You and I have a contract. You have an obligation to me, and you did not fulfill that obligation.
So with this company,
want to go on record and say I still think he a bitch.
But I'm gonna respond this way. UMG allowed Drake to defame Kendrick Lamar as well.
Kendrick didn't sue.
So when the record company allows you to come out and say detrimental things, and they decide we're just going to stay out of this because this is the culture of hip hop. This is what hip hop is. And you have gone after people over and over and over and over. So with these situations, we're going to stay out of it and just let the chips fall where they may. Why are you in court suing?
Because they didn't stay out of it. The only way they could have stayed out of it was if they would have been like, we're not distributing either. We're not promoting either. We're not giving any dollars to either. But even
or we're gonna give dollars to both.
No,
we're staying out of the mess. We don't care what y'all say. We're gonna do what we normally do. We're staying out of who's gonna get more, who's gonna get less. We're staying out. All we're gonna do is push as we normally do and let y'all figure it out. Let hip hop figure this out. Now,
you're talking about morals and right and wrong and the best thing to do. The question you asked me was legality. I agree with you morally, but I don't agree. Like legality, that's like saying I walk up and you slap me and I don't press charges, and I slap you and you do press charges, and somebody was standing right there and watching. Well, guess what? If they call the cops when you slapped me, but not when I slapped you, and you decide not to press charges on me for slapping you, you're going to jail. And it doesn't matter that they said, hey, I just stayed out of it. I did the same thing for both. If you don't press the charges, it's the same thing. I think that's where we're at right here. Drake said some stuff about Kendrick. Kendrick said, I ain't pressing charges because it is what it is.
Because I smack you back. And then Drake got smacked back and was like, it's not fair. But again, how can he say that they included that UMG's included in anything?
True. Well, you know what? That's a good thing you asked me that. Florida Reptile said the company can argue that a beef will make money for all involved, right?
They definitely did make money for everyone.
That's a legitimate argument. The only problem is that if Drake can make a better argument saying that I'm Drake, I was going to make that money either way. Now what I'm losing is future revenue and future earnings based on the decrease in fan base. So
but I would say to Drake in that situation, your music is not what it used to be.
Doesn't matter. Because
you can't tell me that I'm ruining your future revenue when I can prove that your last few albums have not done the numbers that the ones before that did. So your value decreases over time anyway. So this didn't hurt you. This actually helped you a little bit.
It's all about potential earnings.
Exactly. So, and your potential earnings, we already gave you $400 million.
Yeah, I hear you.
We signed you this contract.
What they'll do is they'll say, you've got these, say it's 5 albums, right? Your first 2 albums sold $5 million.
Mm-hmm.
Third album sold $1.5 million. Your 4th and 5th album both sold 800,000. They're not going to look at that as a gradual decline. They're going to take all of that and average it together and say, well, based on the average, my next album should net me 3.2 million sales. Well, guess what? If it's going to net you 3.2 million sales, and now I look at my Instagram or my TikTok or my following, and I can see I've lost 150, 200,000 followers, he's going to use that as data, tangible data that says, after this, I lost this many fans. That means that's how many fans, how many albums, each fan per album, there's going to be X amount of dollars. And I'm just talking to you how a lawyer would look at that.
And I want to get into an entrapment situation here. I want to get into an entrapment situation because he's saying he was defamed by being called a pedophile and this sort of thing. Now, Drake, during this battle, made a tailor-made freestyle where he impersonated Tupac and Snoop Dogg. During his time speaking as Tupac, I had to go and look this up. We need a no debate West Coast victory, man. Call him a bitch for me. Talk about him liking, hold on, I got popped up. Talk about him liking young girls. That's a gift from me. Drake, you asked this man to talk about you being a pedophile. So how is it now during the beef when he does it, it's a problem? Did you not say this is what we need to do? Hey, talk about me liking young girls. And I don't even think Kendrick said anything about Drake liking young girls. I think he was talking about the people around him liking the kids.
Certified lover boy, certified pedophile. Yeah, that's about Drake.
Is it? Because he's talking about
direct. That's direct.
But he made a direct statement about somebody. Baca's got a weird case. Why is he around? Baca's got a weird case. Why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified pedophile. This young man was
a certified lover boy. And
OVO. I'm sorry, OVO.
Hey, as a side note, I want y'all to understand that this argument, that this discussion you and I are having, are going to be made by a couple white dudes in suits in the courtroom. It's going to be great. All right.
I want to stream that one live. We're going to stream that live.
So what it comes down to though is legally, defamation is difficult to prove. This is not a defamation lawsuit. This is a lawsuit, and at its root, it has nothing to do with what Drake did. It has everything to do with what the record label did. And so what Drake is saying is that
you allowed him to defame me.
Right. And not only did you allow him to defame me, you promoted the defamation.
But there was no promote when they demonetized music. We got nothing to do with it. Kendrick did that all his own. When they're saying that we're not issuing copyright strikes on any of these creators, and that's the other thing that pisses me off about this is in the lawsuit, Drake mentioned about 5 reactionary creators.
Right.
All of them black guys.
But you know what he did?
Do you know how many people reacted to that video, to this battle, to this beef? Do you know how many people reacted? And do you know how many times Drake's songs were not copyright flagged also? It's not just the one. It wasn't just Not Like Us. It wasn't just Kendrick did it. No, we didn't give strikes on some of yours as well. So you can't say that we did anything wrong here. All we did was, and then you're claiming that the bots. Nigga, we've been botting for you since you started here because this is how we make your money.
You're missing the whole point. You are arguing from the point of, well, they did it for him, so now why is he?
No, because because in the lawsuit, he's saying that they are going against their normal practices to promote something different. And what they're saying is this is normal. This is what we do.
I don't think that's the argument. I don't think the argument is necessarily normal practice, even though he's trying to, as a part of his ploy, is trying to show that they did something out of the ordinary for this particular track. What I think he's pushing for, and what I'm reading and what I'm seeing is he's pushing for the fact that in layman's terms, I depended on you to protect me as an asset, and what you did was allow somebody else to come in and
there is a freedom of speech issue, a First Amendment issue that goes right along with all of this. And I think that's where this is going to get real sticky for Drake, because they have an obligation to their artists to allow them to speak. Just like they allowed him to speak, they have an obligation to let people speak. And the defamation that you speak of, it's hyperbole. In rap, it's hyperbole. And it's just, it is what it is. So Drake, I heard you like him young. I heard, that's what I heard. Now, and what he's also doing is allowing these creators and these podcasters to dig deeper into his history of what he's actually done. So now it's like, for me to defame you, you have to prove that I lied. I have some things over here that show.
That's why. Listen, though, that's why it's not a defamation lawsuit.
Well, he's suing them for defamation.
To prove defamation, you have to. There's a very high burden of proof
on the aggrieved.
Right. So here, look at this. I got. They both should sue the record label and start their own cancel the company.
Lucian Grange ain't going out without a fight, D. Sorry. Lucian Grange ain't going out like that. Sorry. It'll never work.
Listen, Drake, more power to you. What can't happen in this situation, Drake cannot come back and be a thug. Drake cannot come back and be hard. Drake cannot come back and do, like, it just can't happen. If that does happen, I have lost all faith in hip hop
in the community.
As it applies to this generation.
Been dead. When he was allowed to have ghostwriters and everyone knew it, and they were still saying he's one of the man, like that died with Meek Mill battle. That died back then. So nobody cares about the art of it any longer. Now it's just about entertaining me. So that part,
Well, listen. Drake came up in a time where we were able to post everything instantly.
Drake 40.
And he wrote no.
Drake
I said
40.
he came up. Like I don't care what age he was when he started or
You're
how
right,
long
you're right. He
his
came up there.
his rise came during that era. You know what I'm saying? So speaking of that era, sir, we had a scare. Y'all lost y'all minds for a minute.
Good boy.
TikTok was banned for about 12 hours.
Bruh.
Look here.
The people lost their minds.
Ever loving mind.
Oh
and
my
then,
goodness.
out of nowhere, I'm gonna tell you what I did. So my daughter, I remember it. I was like, ooh, my daughter was in the car. And I said, hey, so her TikTok's going. No, we were sitting down eating. We were eating. I said, so TikTok's going, huh? And she started her little fake cry face. And I'm like, so what are you gonna watch now? Like every time I walk in her room, like, what are you doing? Watching TikTok? And so I was like, okay, cool. And then out of nowhere, it was just like, we're back.
Bro.
Thanks for your patience and support. Now, you know what's really funny, bro? What's really funny about that is the fact that, and I just found this out today, if you deleted the app because you thought it was done or you logged out, you can't get back in. It's no longer in the App Store.
I saw that.
I was like, yo, are you serious? Like
someone is selling a phone for like 10 grand with TikTok on eBay, Joe. Dude, you got to be a stone cold junkie to pay 10 grand for a phone because it has TikTok on it, man. Stone cold junkie.
I don't want to talk to nobody for 10 grand. I don't want to dance for nobody. I don't want to see what's going on in your life.
But that's the thing about TikTok, man. Half the people go to TikTok to find out what to eat for dinner. I saw somebody was like, TikTok done F me up because they got me making this dry ass pasta because I couldn't go to TikTok what black folks cook. Like, bro, it is a whole genre in there where you can go and find meals. I've learned how to make some dope stuff.
I've seen these clips. Like now, as you probably know, and some of y'all might know, I have a TikTok. I just recently started messing around.
Do you really have a TikTok if you don't use a TikTok?
I don't know what y'all do on TikTok. I only use it honestly to repost.
So now y'all know anything y'all see on TikTok is me. I'm the bad guy all over again.
Absolutely. I don't know nothing. But speaking of TikTok, hey man, but before we get deeper into it, we got some more stuff because
we got more.
Now, not only can you see us here on YouTube or watch us on Facebook or see us on TikTok and Instagram, we are everywhere you listen for your podcast. All right, we're on all audio podcast platforms. You can
find us. Subscribe right now. Right now, go subscribe. Like it took us a lot to get here. We've got some episodes up. This was gonna be here tomorrow. Like we have done some things to get where you guys are. You guys told me I don't always want to be on YouTube. I can't watch y'all all the time, but I listen. So what we ended up doing was going and getting us a subscription and putting our podcast out where you are. So go subscribe right now. Go see what we're doing. Enjoy, like it, subscribe to it, share it with your friends, let them know, oh, you don't have to go to YouTube anymore. You don't have to watch them. Because some people don't like these beautiful faces. Some people just like the voice. So you know what I'm saying? You can just get to the voice. That's all it is.
I don't know how I feel about that statement, but I mean, it's true. I don't know how I feel about the statement. But either way.
Man, you worked in the call center before. You know how many sales you got just because of...
This is true.
No, exactly.
Drop a couple decibels. Anyway, now listen, man. But yeah, man, we really appreciate y'all for liking, sharing, subscribing to this content, and check us out everywhere that you can find. Like we're all over the place now, man. We all gas, no breaks this season.
Yeah, we going in. We going in. You see, we got merch. You see, we got new merch going on around here.
Man.
It's shit everywhere. It's shit everywhere.
Bro, Let's Get Canceled tumblers. Where you at? I got Let's Get Canceled tumblers. We got Let's Get Canceled flags. We got Let's Get Canceled shot glasses. We got Let's Get Canceled.
If one thing we're gonna do is we're gonna keep you hydrated. We got bottle openers, and here's the thing, man. Send us a DM. I'm gonna send you a bottle opener. Just send a DM. I'm gonna send you a bottle opener just because you were here.
Just throw it on your keychain, and then when people ask you, "What's this?" please let them know that you watch the Let's Get Canceled podcast or you listen to the Let's Get Canceled podcast. It's just two imperfect dudes with their own opinion, giving you opinion that you need to listen to.
You need to listen. That's all it is. That's all
you
it
can
is.
take it or leave it. Take it or leave it.
Hopefully y'all take it. Hopefully y'all take it.
Right. Hey, I just realized something, and I don't know. Remember earlier, this ain't got nothing to do with nothing. We were talking about my my office in here, my little studio setup.
Yeah.
And I was like, nobody comes in here. I just looked over to my left of my dry erase board, and every week where I had all the stuff written down, it just says my daughter's name is awesome. My daughter is so amazing. My daughter is fantastic.
Somebody knows that you don't pay attention.
Stupendous. I am so mad at that right now because I did not notice that until right this second. I just looked to the left.
As you were saying, nobody comes in here. Nobody. Well, his daughter says, "Watch out there, pops."
Yep. Anyway, so back to TikTok. So what happened with TikTok, right?
Your president said. I'm going to do you guys a favor. I'm going to save TikTok.
He said that. He said he was going to save TikTok. What's funny about it is that before that,
y'all forget?
The United States government announced that it was considering banning the Chinese social media platform TikTok upon a request from then President Donald Trump, who viewed the app as a national security threat. Now, I don't know Chinese arithmetic, but I know when I heard you say something. Now, that man said that he not only did he say that he wanted to ban TikTok, then TikTok gets banned and for 12 hours, or they drop off for 12 hours, and then they come back. And who do they thank
him? And they thank him. And you dumb sons of bees come back and thank Donald Trump. You guys, do you understand how you create a problem so you can fix a problem so everyone believes that you're a savior?
Nobody understands how to do that better than Donald J. Trump. I'm so sorry to say that. But God dog it, this man will tear something up and then tell you it's broke and he's the only one who can fix it.
And
because you know where all the screws is at, you took them out. and then not only that, we decide that we elevate this man to the highest office in the entire land another time on one special day. On the one day, I don't get a whole lot of days. I don't get a lot. I get this one.
Yep, and dadgummit. And that quote that's on there right now, I fear I am integrating my people into a burning house. Now, we've had this conversation last year, February, I believe it was, where we were talking about integration and what it did for our community. But right now, we are in a position and in a time where us being a part of this American dream is getting real shaky in certain ways. And I'm just hoping that we get ourselves together and stop trying to fit in and let's lock ourselves up and do something for us. And Dr. King, and I'm just gonna give you just a little quick, like that quote for me says everything, because throughout all of the time of integration and everything that he wanted to do in this nonviolent movement, but by the time it ended, he had an understanding of what America truly was. And I just hope that we see that, yeah, we have integrated into here, but this house is burning down around us.
You know, you had posted some stuff earlier, and I was looking at it. It was just like, yeah. And I think I might have sent you and it was just a bunch of different clips I posted on the gram, and was like different Black leaders who were just talking about, yo, y'all are nervous about Black people, but we ain't the problem.
We have never been the problem. We have never been the problem. We are the nicest people. We are the most forgiving people of y'all.
And then now we got more people who look like us, who are, in my opinion, going against their own self and best interest. I'm just gonna play something for you real quick. And I want you to just watch this, and then we'll discuss in a moment.
So ain't nobody gonna perform for Donald Trump, huh? Which one of you jigaboo ass niggas gonna be the first one to do it? I'm waiting. I'm gonna roast the fuck out one of you Uncle Tom ass niggas for doing it. Which one of you niggas gonna do it first? Osby's the one that performs for himself.
And guess what? He was the one that performed for himself. Like, bro, like
Listen.
that. No, I gotta give him I'm gonna shoot him some bail right quick. I gotta shoot him some bail because he's Snoop Dogg. And I know he makes horrible liquor, but I'm gonna shoot him some bail right quick. Snoop Dogg did not perform at the inauguration. It was a ball a couple days or the day before. He was DJing and doing his performance for a bunch of swastika flag toting Jews would not replace us type motherfuckers. But Donald Trump wasn't there. Donald Trump wasn't there.
You know what they said to him?
That was not what that was for.
That's what he did.
That was not what that was for. But bro, like the fact that he changed, and I understand again why he made the change of this, because Harry O, the co-founder of Death Row Records that was locked up, got the pardon from Trump. So he came home. So Snoop changed his entire view on Donald Trump from that day forward. He was like, I got none but love for Donald Trump. It's all love. I don't care. Because he let Harry O off. And I can halfway understand having some sort of love for the guy who freed the man who helped you so much, who made it possible for you to be where you are. However, because if you go to prison and some white supremacist loving man decides, I'm going to let him out, I'm still going to say, F that dude. Thank you for what you did, but F you. The whole way to go get my cousin out of there, I'm saying F you the whole way to him. F that dude, but thank you, my nigga. But hey, come on home, cuz. F that dude, though. Like, that's just me, but everybody is not me.
That should be everybody. That's the thing. What I don't understand is, and this goes back to what we talked about before with the way Black people think sometimes. Just because you do something nice for me don't mean that's the what was Sam Jackson's character in Django? What's his name?
Steven. That was Steven. His name's Steven.
Steven mentality. You so good. Boss is good. He gives us food. He gives us strengths.
He beats me on Thursday.
Right. And like everybody else get Thursday and Tuesday, but I only have to get beat on Thursday. Nigga, right. I'm not thanking you for no. Listen, I will thank you. I'll thank anybody if they do something nice for me that moment. I don't support everybody who did anything nice for me. Like, I'm sorry. I know plenty of people. I done fought people who gave me something at one point. Like, that don't make sense.
Right. And that's one of those situations where with these rappers who decided to go and get this bag as opposed to standing with the community.
Right.
And again, I am a registered Republican. I refuse to give that man any of my time and attention. I cannot do it. And again, as the Republican, I'm pretty sure that the rappers that were invited and performed for him, I'm pretty sure they weren't Republicans. I'm a Republican, and I know better than to trust that guy. And I don't understand their point. And for there's another rapper that had something to say. Because Nelly had some words. He had some things to say.
Thought you was riding with me because I put on for my city and I try to bring my city up every step of the way. I did not know you was riding with me because you thought I would ride for who you voted for. I didn't know that. I apologize. I apologize. I didn't know that I had to agree with your political choices, and I thought it was the things that you do, not the things that you say should be done. If you follow what I do, this shouldn't even be an argument. He's the president. He won. This isn't a campaign. This isn't an RNC. I'm not out on the political campaign. I didn't get none of that 1.5. You see what I'm saying? Like to try to help somebody get voted.
Kamala didn't invite you to
no. She didn't invite me.
She didn't invite me either, man. I was gonna do all
I'm
at
just
home.
saying. Like, so, but I don't knock the one.
So for these millionaire rappers, and I'm not even say millionaire for Nelly, it was about the money. I didn't get any of that 1.5. That's all it's about. They offered me a bag. Soulja Boy said the same thing. Kamala didn't offer me a bag. Donald Trump offered me a bag, and Donald Trump wasn't even there. Somebody paid me to come here and do this. So for these rap guys, it's not about us. It's not about doing things that are correct. It's about the bag. And
I slightly disagree with you with Nelly. And this, all right. So number one, I got a couple things to say. Number one, Uncle Snoop, you can't have terrible liquor and terrible policy. You gotta pick it. Right?
I knew you were coming for. I knew you were coming for.
That's like having a ugly chick with a terrible personality. You gotta pick one. You can't be ugly and have a bad personality. You can't have terrible liquor and have. Since St.
That's like an ugly chick and she fat. Like you can be ugly, but you got to be fine, or you can be fine, or you can be fat and you got to be cute. Like you can't be both. I completely understand that. I completely understand that because that is where I live. I have always said you can have one or the other. You can be fine and ugly, or you can be cute and bad, but you can't be both.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I got you.
You can't be both. You can't be both.
Now, the difference between Snoop and
personality don't matter. Because you only here for the night, so personality don't matter.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, no. We're
going long term.
No. I got my forever. So this ain't never about the forever. This was just during my outside days. It was, yeah. But okay, continue. My bad.
Excellent. So listen, I think Snoop spoke on principle.
Initially.
Right. He spoke on principle and then compromised those principles. I don't care what he did for your friend. The acts that you had a problem with still remain. They did not change. Nelly is looking at it as a business decision and is expressly in the clip stating that it's not a political move at all. Mm-hmm. He had right, wrong, or indifferent, whether I agree with him or disagree with him, he has a certain level of respect for the office. So he looks at it as the office asked him to do something. And so he's doing it as for his country. Now, we can argue all day whether a black man should be supporting the country or should be doing things for the pride of the country. But that's not this argument. This argument is because of the person who was there is doing it. Matter of fact, here, I'm gonna play another clip of Nelly real quick.
I don't knock the brothers and sisters that benefited from it. I don't knock the correspondents that may have gotten money to do that. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because it's an honor. I respect the office. It don't matter who is in office. The same way that our men and women, our brothers and sisters who protect this country have to go to war and have to put their life on the line for whoever in office. So if they can put their life on the line for whoever in office, I can damn sure perform for whoever.
I want to pause it right here real quick, and I'm going to clear the rest of it. This man, he just compared performing hot in her to serving in the military. I just wanted to point that out. All right,
bro.
Let's go back.
What do you say to the people that say we're not giving you this backlash because of your political affiliation or your political choice or whatever? We're giving you this backlash because you are propping up a white supremacist.
I would ask them to show me where.
And there it is. So it's not about the money; it's about the office.
You know what's funny about that? how they ended that on white supremacy.
Yeah,
and he goes on and he made a good point later on, and I'm not gonna play.
Go ahead and play. Go ahead and play that. Go ahead and play that.
Okay, all right, here you go.
He's a white supremacist, and here's the thing. Okay, I get it. He did say if you don't vote for me, you're not black, right? Oh no, that wasn't him. Hold on, I'm trying to think. Hold on. He did create.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
He did create the crime bill in the 90s, which said that if you get caught with 5 grams of crack, you do a mandatory 5 years. That had mass incarceration. I think even the Vice President Kamala spoke on that part, that said that the crime bill played a huge part. He didn't do that. Let me see. What did he do? I'm trying to think. The white supremacist. Hold on. I'm gonna get to it. Okay. He did not rent to black people. What was it, in the 70s or the 80s? Is that what they said? And like, oh, okay, is he written to him now?
Now, those points are points that a lot of black folks make. Now, what those black folks fail to realize is who was championing that crime bill.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
All of y'all black leaders, your NAACP, your local leaders, were all pushing for that same crime bill. He joined in on something. He helped craft something that y'all wanted. Y'all didn't realize the impact that it was going to have just as much as he did not. So
y'all remember, black people didn't want crack either. Like they didn't want
at all. Your favorite preachers, your favorite black caucus members, the NAACP, like all of them were pushing for that same crime bill because they wanted crack out of their community. So for him to write something up for y'all and then for y'all to turn y'all back on him, y'all some suckers for that. Because y'all didn't know the impact it was going to have, just like he didn't know the impact it was going to have, because he didn't think y'all were going to keep selling crack, knowing it was going to send y'all to prison forever. He didn't think it was going to break up your families, just like the black leaders didn't think it was going to break up your families. So for y'all to put that solely on him, and not that it was a bipartisan initiative that both sides helped write, like come on, black folks, y'all got to do better than that.
You got to remember. That's like, you ever in my job, you run into like domestic violence situations, things like that. You will run in and try to help out a lady who's being beaten half to death by her man, and she will go and stand in front of the police and say nothing happened.
No, right.
And this is where we are. I'm not going to defend that crime bill, because in hindsight, it was a terrible thing.
It was
horrific.
For sure.
The problem is that at the time we were searching for a solution. And when you're desperate for a solution and you'll try anything that looks remotely like it could work. And I think that's what happened with that crime bill. Now, do I think that Joe Biden or any of the other white politicians who tried to champion that did anything nefarious? No.
Right.
I think they were wrong. But I also think anybody who supported the bill at the time was wrong.
Right.
In hindsight, I firmly believe that the intention was pure. I firmly believe that they believed that they could do good with this bill. Now, that being said, while we're doing all that, while we're talking about people who weren't, like, they got real life Nazis. They got real life. Look at this, man.
Bruv.
You know who that looks like?
Oh, that transition, bruh.
I'm not even coming off of this. I'm just
same
going
nigga.
this right here.
Same nigga.
You
same
need
guy.
to tell me that you believe that this is okay, right? And y'all.
And this is the biggest thing that came out of the inauguration.
Absolutely.
Like, regardless of all of the executive orders that Trump signed on that day, this is the story. This is the story, because there are people right now saying that he had no intention when doing this. And how do you allow Like this will get you time if you did this in Germany right now. This will get you locked up.
Yeah.
But here in America, the home of the free and land of the brave, you get to be a full-on Hitler
Nazi.
Jr.
Nazi.
And everybody's okay with that. Everybody's okay with
something to say about it, didn't it?
Yeah. The Anti-Defamation League had something to say and say he didn't mean it.
This is a delicate moment. It's a new day, and yet so many are on edge. Our politics are inflamed, and social media only adds to the anxiety. It seems that Elon Musk made an awkward gesture.
Intentional gesture. Not but okay, awkward
gesture in a moment of enthusiasm, not a Nazi salute, but again, we apologize that people are on edge. In this moment, all sides should give one another a bit of grace, perhaps even the benefit of the doubt, and take a breath. This is a new beginning. Let's hope for healing and work toward unity in the months and years ahead. Remember, he just made an awkward gesture. This was not a Nazi salute. That's what they said.
Look at that thumb. Look at that thumb. Now, Anti-Defamation League, you must shut up for the next 4 years. Kyrie Irving reposted a video link to something that was nowhere near as egregious as what he did, and the ADF went off.
They do that regularly, and so what?
Selective outrage is what this is.
What we're realizing is that I don't really care what you say your platform is. Your actions are what I look at. So Anti-Defamation League as a name is phenomenal. As an idea is phenomenal. As in practice, they're obviously biased in some way. Now, let's see. What's the difference between millionaire Kyrie Irving and billionaire
and richest man on earth?
There's one. They both got more money than they can spend in a lifetime. Let's see. What's the one thing that stands out? Oh, give me a minute. I'm gonna think about it.
You're gonna think about that one? You're gonna think about
that
wait,
one? I know what it is. That white boy got up there and he's got a whole lot of power, and the Anti-Defamation League doesn't want to
ruffle. They don't want to ruffle any feathers because this guy has the ear of the president, and you do not want you are 100% correct. You are 100% correct. But ADF, I don't want to hear anything from you. I'm sorry, ADL, I don't want to hear anything from you for the next 4 years, because if this was awkward and not intentional, and we should give some grace, y'all shut the fuck up for 4 years. I don't want to hear anything, no matter what anybody else says. You don't get to stand in and make a statement or a judgment no anymore. That's unacceptable.
I'm disturbed by the like. I'm just.
It's a horror movie, man.
Portrait.
It's a horror movie,
bruh. If you saw this nigga coming down the alley, I'm going the other way.
No, I'm not. I'm shooting.
I'm running away, because if I've learned nothing from horror movies, is that shooting
doesn't matter, huh? It doesn't. You're right. He eats bullets. That's Jason Voorhees right there, man.
Evil, bro. So, and whatever your beliefs are, like I can work with almost anybody, but I've said this from the beginning. I'm standing on it. I thought George W. Bush was a horrible president.
Oh, you bugging.
I thought George W. Bush was a horrible president. I thought Ronald Reagan was a horrible president. I thought like those are the two, and George Bush, the daddy, senior. I thought he was a horrible president. But I thought they were horrible based on policy.
Right. Not as people.
Right. I disagreed with them on policy. Even when Kanye said George Bush doesn't care about black people, I loved it at the moment, and I still do kind of love it.
Yeah,
but
that's a great quote.
The problem
I
is,
missed that. I missed that Kanye.
yeah. The problem is that statement was based on your policies are harming my people. I never thought, I'm trying to think, make sure. I don't think I believe that he was doing it to harm my people. I did think he didn't care whether or not it harmed my people.
Exactly.
That's different than how I feel about Donald Trump, because I think he is actively doing things to increase his standing and people who look like him and believe like him standing, to the intentional detriment of everyone else.
For him to free,
else look like me.
For him to free those guys from January 6th who invaded the Capitol, for him to after the Charlottesville situation, to say there were great people or whatever on both sides, when you have a group of people who are protesting against racism and then another group who are encouraging and moving forward as racists, to say there's beautiful people on both sides, like that lets me know as a person you don't care.
You're morally bankrupt.
Yeah, you don't care. You don't care about right and wrong. There is an agenda that you have, and that leads me to my piece of game for tonight. I think we've been all over the place tonight, but I'm going to end it here with my piece of game for tonight, and it is for all of you once again. The Republican Party is wide open. Black folks, come on back home. We are ready for you. The only way that you can prevent another Donald J. Trump from being the Republican nominee is to come back home and prevent this with your votes. So, my game tonight, black people, register Republican immediately. Let's stop this foolishness, because if you don't, J.D. Vance will be your next president in 4 years. Guaranteed. And that's my game for tonight. Take it or leave it. Salute.
Man, you got it. You can have it. I do not agree with you. I didn't even give you the ticker. You saw that.
You didn't. I saw, but it's the truth. If you guys don't do it, I'm telling you what's going to happen. I told you about this orange guy coming back. I'm telling you again, they're not stopping. They are not stopping. You have nobody that's in the public eye right now that will move the needle, because JD's gonna get he's gonna get that boost. He's gonna get that battery in his back from your president. He's gonna keep these same things moving, and the people who don't care about you will continue to not care about you in 4 years. So you better get on board and try to find somebody who makes sense to you.
I want to go on record today at 9:10 p.m. on January 22nd, and I'm going to say that Donald J. Trump is going to do everything, and I'm afraid he might succeed, to not leave office until he dies.
Executive orders will be signed.
I'm envisioning him getting to the end of his term, declaring war, declaring martial law, and then saying he can't leave right now because we're in too much of some shit. But that's just me. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, we appreciate y'all. Do not forget.
We're everywhere.
It got dark, and it was like, hey, guys, hey, what's up? But listen, man, y'all, please, man. Follow everywhere that you can. This weekend, this Saturday, we are together in the beautiful land of, and we are together again. We're gonna do a live show. We're gonna it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be lots of fun.
All right. So I want to give y'all this last little video before we get out of here. Hey, yo, cousin.
Your cousin.
We ain't been canceled yet, man.
So we got to do it again, man. I love you, boy.
I love you too, man. We're going to be together this Saturday, man. Y'all make sure you tune in. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. Peace.
Love y'all. Peace.
Oh, Gen X. I cannot be the only one who thought this while I was watching this fella during the inauguration. Please tell me that I'm not the only one. Take a look at this and then take a look at what I thought of.
Let freedom ring from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee.
And, well, this here's what I thought of.
Only God can give that woman the kind of joy she had right there. Can I get an amen? Yes!
Come on now. I cannot be the only one. Please tell me I'm not the only